Hello all, Munch here. Welcome to the final season. Yep, the FM19 Aston Villa save is nearly over. With FM2020 around the corner, we are going to have one last crack at trying to win the Premier League title. And we start off with the Community Shield today against Manchester United. Obviously, it's been a busy summer. There have been some comings and some goings. And I'm going to wrap them all up here, right now. There were actually only two departures over the summer, the first being Luke Shaw to Udinese for £19 million. Decent player he was for us, only played 13 games, only got 2 assists in that time. Me and him eventually kind of fell out a little bit. Maybe I'm thinking about what Mourinho saw in. He's a bit of a whingy boy, this old Luke Shaw, and he didn't like the fact that he wasn't quite up to MikeRo standard and therefore decided to go to pastures new. And the other player to leave was Park Ji-won. He has gone to recently relegated Leeds, and he has gone for £16 million. Already played one game for them. Actually, he only played 5 appearances for us last year. Before that, the season before, he played no appearances for us. We bought him originally for 1.2, so we made a good margin on him. Always a very good high average performer, but never really enough to make it into that first team. Like I said, maybe the mentals and physical and the technical is not quite good enough. Physically, still a very decent player. Very good at championship level, and probably actually a Premier League player just. So these will benefit from him. Going to miss him though. But we have made a few signings, first of whom is Connor Povey. Signed in from Arsenal for £6 million as a backup. So he is basically the new Park Ji-won, but he ticks the criteria because he is an English player. Decent physicals, decent mentals. The lack of leadership worries me a little bit, but he's got some alright double-digit figures here. Technically not great, only heading 12, marking 14, tackling 13. I'm hoping that we won't really have to play him that much. He is a backup for the first team, only on 30k, and for £6 million, I think that's pretty decent. Another signing on the cheap side, £9 million I paid for Timo Forsters. He is probably going to be the last real wonder kid that we get in for the side. He is very good though, can play as a complete forward. He is going to be decent backup because I feel that we're a little bit low on striking options for when Hazel and McWilliams aren't playing particularly well. So Forsters should hopefully come in and get us a few goals. He has had 5 senior appearances in his time. Bought him in from Leverkusen, 5 appearances for them, no goals as of yet. Let's hope that that changes in a Villa shirt. With Luke Shaw going, we needed another left back to challenge MikeRo, and in comes Alexei Kopylov, Ukrainian, 23 years old, very decent player, great physicals, good mentals as well for a fullback. He's not too small either at 5'10". I mean, I'd like it if he was 6 foot ideally, but he's quite good, especially going forward. He's got decent crossing, decent dribbling, could probably use a little bit of work, but he is still young and he will get better. Only as a rotation up, and MikeRo will still be our number 1 left back. This one makes me smile. He is back. Moussa Diaby, now 27. We have signed him for £18 million. Obviously came to us earlier in the save. Got 23 goals in 53 appearances for us on loan from PSG. We have finally brought him in. Like I said, only £18 million from Basasha here. He's also been to Schalke and Brescia in that time. We could have got him on a free actually back in 2023. I'm surprised they didn't really go for it then. Obviously had his best seasons in a Villa shirt, performed very well under us, but did play at a 7.4 average last season over 27 appearances. Only 2 goals and 6 assists in that time, so it doesn't relate much into figures. But the fact that he plays well during games and he's probably a bit of a threat is very exciting for me. But we did need one big standout signing, and I have made one. Hopefully he will be the difference. A player that has been there, done it, and won things. I give you Rodrigo Bentancur. He might not be the most glamorous player ever, but when you look at these attributes, it's just so good. He's so good. He's so well-rounded. He can play as a deep line playmaker, Mazzala, advanced playmaker, listed as a world-class midfielder, model citizen personality, brilliant mentals, decent physicals, technicals are absolutely lovely. He's on 215k a week, so I'm expecting good things from him. He's in his pomp now as he is 29 years old. As you can tell, they're very consistent for Juve over a number of years. And for our last season, I'm hoping that him and Antonin Weil, along with maybe Thomas Diaz, will form a very decent midfield three that are going to help us win things. And what better way to start than trying to win things against Manchester United? Their record against us is absolutely brilliant. So they've won 10 of the 15 meetings that we've had. We have won 3 and drawn 2. It's worth noting, and this will send shivers down all of your spines if you watched a lot of last year, but they've gone off and signed Godfred Poku. So if United weren't brilliant last year, which they were, they're going to be even better this year, which is terrifying. He scored 88 goals in 133 appearances for PSG. It is crazy. And so in my mind, this is now the best lineup that we have. 4-2-3-1 is the formation. I've still got the 4-4-2 in there for when we come against the smaller teams at Villa Park. But against these big ones, I think now it's time we went a little bit more defensive, paid a little bit more respect, don't get caught out too much. Christensen's in goal. Fila, Zagadou, Markovic, Hassan all retained their places as part of the back four that finished, well, had the second best defence in the league last year to Manchester United. Bentancur and Vile now make up the midfield two in the middle. Anthony Vile is going to be playing on that box-to-box midfielder role for this season. Martial, Moura and Gaitan are in behind Mick McWilliams, who leads the line today, fresh off being our top scorer last year. Let's hope he can do similar again this time around. So Godfrey Poku makes his debut for United. Rashford, Valles and Kylian Mbappe look like a very decent free in behind him. Valles is quite good actually, only 22 years old. Have they signed him this year as well? They must have done. No, he's been away on loan, so he's always been at United. Interesting indeed. He's just a new gen. But I'm going to passionately say we owe United after what happened to us last time. Get out there and win it. I like the fact that I haven't made too many signings this year, so not a lot will have affected the cohesion between the team, and the squad is by far better. So let's see how we get on. I feel like we're a bit more well equipped to deal with it this year. There wasn't too much wrong with the team last year. I just felt that maybe we couldn't control the big games as well as I would have liked. We didn't really affect them enough. But then when United are going off and spending God knows how much money on players like Godfrey Poku. Actually, how much money did he go for? I didn't ask. 128 million they spent on Godfrey Poku. 128 million. They've got the two best players in the world in Pogba and Poku. So to beat them this year is going to be a real task. I'm hoping that they might just step off it and there'll be a little bit of lull in their play this year. That's the best that we can hope for. It's been a decent start by us here though. 0-0 all the way through. Possession is very even. The game's even in general actually. We've been pretty decent. I'm just hoping that there'll be more chances created. We've got some more flair players in there now, and like I said, the squad depth is very decent. If we can carry on with this squad, keep everyone fit. The important thing is keeping the two strikers fit. If we can keep Mick McWilliams and Glenn Hazel fit, I think we're going to be okay, because everywhere else we're pretty much stacked for options. And here we go, there's a highlight here just before half time. We've got the ball, don't get countered boys. Martial dips inside, lovely take from him there, finds Gaitan, great hit by Gaitan and a brilliant save by Sailor. Oi oi, brilliant hit by Gaitan there. Who's this boy then? Hey, they're taking the piss by playing this lad. How has he made that save? Right, well 0-0 at the break, and the only highlight did fall to us in that, so I'm going to say to the boys, I'm happy with your performance so far, keep it up. It's not been bad at all. Vile's not having his best game in that box-to-box midfielder role. I'm going to mix it up a bit actually. Let's get him playing as a Mazzala then. Let's try and get him a bit further forward and get him shuffling the ball up the pitch. I want him to step up this year. Anthony Vile, he's only just come back. Oh no. Mbappe whips the corner in. Markovic heads it clear. Oh, they've scored from a corner. Nikola Milenkovic from a Juan Diego Valles header. He just headed it back into the middle. Milenkovic has just dinked it over Christensen. Oh, don't do this. Good ball by Mbappe. Markovic, the header isn't brilliant. That's a good header there by Milenkovic, but really you got to question Christensen there in his positioning. It's a little bit harsh on the boys. We've been very good today, but they've just done us from a set piece. So we have made the changes now then. Bentancur is going to be playing in that defensive midfielder position with Vile partnering Diaz, who's now come on, and obviously Glenn Hazel's come on up front as we go to the 4-4-2 diamond. We might as well go for it now. And there's a highlight straight away. Hassan into Bentancur. He's had a pretty decent debut so far today, but I don't know where he's going with this. Bentancur into Markovic. Well played, lads. There's so much space out in the wing. If Markovic picks this pass here, he hasn't. He's gone short to Vile. Vile, decent ball over the top. Mick McWilliams is in. Please, Mick. Mick, oh my god, Mick, if you're not going to finish it, you have to square it. Oh, Mick, that's horrible. He's playing at 6.2. That is absolutely terrible. What a woeful effort from Mick. Not a good start playing at 6.1 in the first game of the season, Mick. That's not filling me with confidence, mate. What a ball that was by Vile. That's what I need him doing this year. But I need better finishing from Mick. Right, it seems a bit weird, but I'm going to take Mick McWilliams off. I'm going to bring on Moussa Diaby, and Diaby is going to go out and play on the right-hand side. Glenn Hazel's going to go up front on his own. So what we can do is we can have Moussa just floating around there on that right-hand side. Get him to cut inside, get him to have a few cracks. He's the kind of player that will just make stuff happen. It's been such an even game. You can tell in the stats of the game, it's been completely even. And that is making me feel a bit confident. It wasn't often last year we went toe-to-toe with United and we're often nearly the better team or deserve to get anything out of it as Markovic heads clear. Moura flicks it on. Come on, boys, someone get to it. So slow to get to the ball there. Kieran Tierney on it. Great pressing by Glenn Hazel, but it's a good ball from Tierney to Declan Rice. Rice out to Tierney again. Don't let him whip the ball in. Good block by Diaz. Oh, he's not gotten there quick enough. Tierney to Asensio. He hits it wide. And United kind of doing a bit of pressing, but we've opened up the game, so it kind of makes sense why. Can't see a score in here. And 4 minutes are up. We're going to lose the Community Shield. But from a set piece, it's not the worst thing in the world. It could have been a lot worse, to be fair. I'm just a bit gutted, though. Just one little defensive error, and that is enough to see United crowned Community Shield champions. I'm going to say assertively... I'm going to say... Unlucky boys, it would have been nice to win, but there were some positives out there for sure. Some of them there definitely were. We could have done a lot worse. We could have done better, obviously. We could have won, but it could have been worse. United win the Community Shield. They are no doubt the rivals in this save. And not the start that I planned, but just the fact that we put in a decent performance there does give me some hope that at some stage this year, they can't have another season where they basically only lose one game. It cannot happen again, surely. In terms of where we come back, I don't know. I want to get through the save relatively, not this save, but this relatively quickly, because obviously FM 2020 comes out in only a couple of weeks' time or so the beta will start. I think that what we'll do is we'll aim to kind of come back maybe around the start of the Champions League, so we can see what kind of where we're looking at, what the group's like. And then we'll obviously have one eye on the United game coming up in October. But let's come back somewhere in September around those Champions League fixtures. We'll mix it in nicely around there. But a solid start, but nothing brilliant. I'm just a bit gutted that we lost, to be fair. It would have been nice to have got one over on them early doors, but it is what it is. Thank you so much for watching the episode. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, then please do like, share, and subscribe. And until I see you in the next episode of my FM19 Aston Villa save in the final season, stay cool. Bastards.